Hello, everyone. It's Art Russell here at Think Twice on YouTube and thinktwice.me at wordpress.com. In this video, I'm going to share some more information about the law of attraction with the hope that it will help you manifest more of what you desire in your life and less of what you don't. So let's dive straight into it. With regard to the law of attraction, there's a well-known Hermetic axiom that is important to understand. And it's this: as within, so without. Meaning, in the case of a human, what's within them, the characteristics, the energies that are within, are going to be expressed. Now, one of the best ways that I saw this related once was through Wayne Dyer in an online presentation. And he gave the example of if you were holding an orange. Let's say an orange is in my hands here. Now, if I squeeze it, what's going to come out? Orange juice, of course. Same would apply to an apple and that type of thing. Now, the principle also applies to humans. The experiences that are within them, the pain, the joy, the memories, all these sorts of energies, the conditioning that they've accepted, been exposed to as a child from birth to usually 6 is the age given. And then when the child can begin to reason and decide to accept or reject certain types of thoughts, there's more at least conscious choice involved. This is very important for us to understand with what's manifesting in our lives. Because what's coming out of the human is like that juice that's coming out of an orange, figuratively. So to dive a little deeper into this, we're going to go into a quote that's from a very important law of attraction book called The Master Key System by Charles F. Haanel. And here's the quote: conscious mind is reasoning will. Subconscious mind is instinctive desire, the result of past reasoning will. Now, one of the easiest ways that I know to demonstrate this principle at work is when you're first learning to drive a car. Most teenagers, a lot of times it's teenagers, are quite nervous, and so they're consciously having to think about everything. Maybe a driving instructor teaches them how to check your mirrors, look in all your mirrors, get your seat adjusted just right, make sure that seat belt's on. Those type of things. And the teenager is usually quite aware of, gee, did I do this? Am I signaling at the right time? Is it in the right gear? That type of thing. Now, all of those actions, when practiced long enough, become that subconscious mind is instinctive desire. It's going to express automatically, and most of us can relate to this, at least those of us who drive. At a certain point after practicing that long enough, you get in and you adjust your mirrors, and it all seems to happen as if by magic. Seatbelts on. And this also ties into, have you ever noticed that whatever you practice, whether positive or negative, you get better at? That's an important principle. So I've got a very basic illustration here today, but I think it will demonstrate it. This is going to represent our conscious mind. Some say it's maybe 3%, 5% of what we're conscious of. This much bigger bowl is going to represent the subconscious. It processes a vast amount of data every second compared to what the conscious mind, the smaller. Now, what's also important in this is to recognize, to gain real control over our body-mind mechanism, the person, is to recognize a higher dimension of self so that we're aware of what we're letting into the conscious mind, basically with a yes or a no, a thought, a belief? Do we want it in there? Because what happens is what's in the conscious mind gets dumped into the subconscious mind. And then the subconscious mind is what's giving rise to all the conditions in our life. So this way we know we must be careful what we're putting into the conscious mind, what we're allowing in. Our highest point, we'll say, is spirit, aware, or awareness. Choosing what will go into here and what gets dumped into the subconscious mind. So I've got a couple of examples here. Are we practicing? Whatever we're practicing, we get good at, whether it's something positive or something negative. Are we practicing patience or impatience? We should be in a point of understanding which one of these we're putting into the conscious mind, allowing in. I'm going to choose this one. So when it goes, and in time, that's going to go into the subconscious mind. Here's another one. Are we practicing kindness consciously or hostility? If we're not consciously choosing this, it's going to be the tendencies of the mind that determine which one goes in. We want to be in a position of choosing kindness. Why? Because everybody's life improves when we choose the positives. So again, that's in the bowl. Here's another one. In every circumstance, every situation, or as much as possible, are we practicing love or are we practicing fear? Now keep in mind, we're going to get better at whichever one we practice. If we practice fear through anxiety, worry, constant concern about what's the weather like? Is this going to work out? Is this relationship going to work out? Trying to control circumstances that are beyond our control, this again is not one we want in. Allow passage into the conscious mind. Let's put in love and make it a better world, okay? And the circumstances of our life, they're going to improve. So there's love. Now here's a very important one for everything connected to the law of attraction and what we really desire. We desire positive results in our life. Are we practicing I can or I can't? Now, as I mentioned about what we practice, the more we practice I can, saying, I can do this. I can get better at this. I can learn this. I can achieve this. The more we're going to see those type of results. So here's the bowl representing the subconscious mind, out of which all circumstances are formed. We've got I can. We've consciously practiced love. We've consciously practiced kindness. And we've consciously practiced patience. Now this applies to every other circumstance in our life. So as we can see, the more we're aware of what we're filtering, allowing to filter into our subconscious mind, the better our results are going to be. I hope that you've benefited at least in some small way from this video today. If you've enjoyed it, I invite you to subscribe to my channel or click a like or perhaps both. There's free information available through my blog at thinktwice.me and also more information through my book entitled This Taste of Flesh and Bones, which is available from Amazon. Bye for now. We'll talk again soon.